Hi, my name is Sammy DeStefano, and I am the founder of the Probate Division, a company in Arizona that helps attorneys and their personal representatives going through the probate process prepare and sell property along with the sale of all other assets, period. So today, let's talk about something that actually makes everyone's stomach clench just a little bit: taxes. Yep, the IRS always finds a way to be invited to the party, even when it comes to selling an inherited home during a probate. Don't worry, we're going to break it down in plain English so you don't feel like you need a law degree just to understand the accounting necessary. Fair enough? Here's the good news. First, when you inherit a home, you usually don't pay income tax just because you inherit it. Uncle Sam doesn't show up at the reading of the will demanding his cut right away. But taxes do come. They come into play when the property is sold, and that's where probate sellers need to pay very, very close attention. Step up in basis, the big tax benefit. This is one of the most important concepts to actually understand as the personal representative handling a probate estate. Let's say your mom bought the house 40 years ago for $50,000. And if you were taxed on the original price, you'd be writing a check the size of the Grand Canyon when you sell. But instead, the IRS actually gives you a step up in basis, which in English means the property is valued at its fair market value at the time of death. So if it was worth $400,000 when you inherited it, that's your new starting line for tax purposes. That can save you thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars, you and the estate. Capital gains taxes. This is where people get caught up. If you sell the inherited home quickly, right around that $400,000 value, chances are you're not going to owe much, if anything, in capital gains tax. But if you hold on to that house, you put a renter in it, or the value shoots up over time, then you could owe taxes on the increase in value when you eventually sell. And in probate, timing really matters. State taxes. Here's the plot twist, you guys. Here in Arizona, we don't have an estate tax or inheritance tax. One of the perks of living in the desert, besides the great sunsets and can't shovel sunshine. But if the deceased owned property in another state, you may be dealing with something called the state tax law, and they can vary widely. This is where working with professionals like myself is crucial, because you don't want a surprise bill showing up from New Jersey when you're sitting on your couch in Scottsdale, Arizona. Property taxes are always going to be there. Don't forget about the basic tax. While the home is in probate, the estate is responsible for paying property taxes until that property is actually transferred or sold. May feel like a small detail, but missing a tax payment can create unnecessary headaches for you, your accountant, and your attorney. So what should you do? As a personal representative, work with a probate specialist, someone like myself who understands both the sales process and the tax implications. Get a proper valuation of the home at the date of death to lock in that step-up basis. And consult with a tax professional, especially if there are multiple heirs or out-of-state properties involved. We work with amazing accountants and attorneys that we can refer you to. Here's the bottom line, you guys. Probate already comes with enough stress. You don't want to deal with the IRS on top of the pile. By understanding how taxes actually work on inherited properties, you can make smarter decisions, reduce the estate's liability, and keep more money where it belongs, in the estate with the heirs. I'm Sammy, and that was tax implications on inherited property. If you have any questions or you found this to be useful, hit the like button so other people can find it useful. If you have more to learn, subscribe to the channel. I'm always trying to break down the legal jargon so that you have clarity and confidence while you're going through this process.